Just look like a hippo, but that girl got booty. That girl got booty.
At the 2012 Geneva Motor Show, Touring Superleggera unveiled the Disco Volante, a concept car that paid tribute to a series of experimental race cars built by the same firm in cooperation with Alfa Romeo in the early 1950s. A year later, the Disco Volante was turned into a production model using Alfa Romeo 8C underpinnings and a 4.7-liter V8 engine. 3 years have passed since then, and Touring Superleggera returned to Geneva with the Disco Volante Spyder, a convertible version of the same coach-built sports car. Created to celebrate the company's 90th anniversary, the Disco Volante Spyder is actually a more accurate interpretation of the original car, which was also conceived as a Spyder drop top. The vehicle is actually more of a target due to the flying buttresses behind the seats, but it's still an open top that has more in common with the first Disco Volante compared to the coupe the Italians launched in 2013. Other than that, the Spyder is just as sexy and employs the same sporty underpinnings as its coupe sibling. Touring Superleggera has confirmed that the Disco Volante Spyder will be built in small numbers, having already received European approval and support from Alfa Romeo. Don't expect to see a Disco Volante Spyder in your neighborhood anytime soon, as only 7 examples will be built. They will also be quite expensive and sold only to carefully selected customers. Not surprisingly, the Disco Volante Spyder is identical to its coupe sibling below the waist. And that's excellent news, as the modern-day Disco Volante is a bold design statement that's nearly as wild as the original car, which was revolutionary back in 1952. The front view sports the same lenticular cross-section of the original body that gives the car a dynamic look. The new windscreen is low, sharp-edged, and without a visible frame, highlighting the vehicle's lightweight character. The rear fascia is not as simple as the original, but it has a strong Italian flair attached to it. The small, round tail lights, the race-inspired diffuser, and the angled exhaust pipes give it an exotic appearance. Setting it apart from the coupe are the flying buttresses on the deck lid, the revised trunk lid, and the twin carbon fiber roof that enables the Spyder to offer its passengers the projection of a true coupe. The cool thing about the Spyder is that it looks different than the standard model even with the roof in place. The model displayed at Geneva, the first of the total 7 examples to be built, was finished in blue cerulean. This translates to sky blue, and Touring Superleggera says it was chosen because the sky is where Disco Volantes come from. Confused? Then you should know that Disco Volante is Italian for flying saucer. The interior of the Spyder is identical to the coupe, which means it is also based on the Alfa Romeo 8CS. The configuration is pretty much the same with bolstered sports seats, a sporty center console, and a race-inspired instrument cluster, but Touring Superleggera added fine leather, contrast stitching, and all sorts of premium details. The Spyder also marks the brand's renewed cooperation with Connolly Brothers, a company known for upholstering the benches and seats of the Houses of Lords and Commons, the Concorde, the British Library, and the Dorchester and Ritz hotels back in the day. What makes Connolly leather special is the manufacturing process, which gives the hide a sort of aroma. CEO Jonathan Connolly explains, so when the customer smelled the aroma of the first Disco Volante Spyder, he said it was fantastic, because it was like the old leather. What we have made for touring is a hybrid leather, a combination of modern technology with the old process inside. Definitely something you don't get with a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. Under the hood, the Disco Volante Spyder has the Alfa Romeo 8CS lightweight, 4.7-liter V8. The engine is actually a modified version of the F136Y design co-developed by Ferrari and Maserati and used in various versions of the Gran Turismo. Output is identical to the Disco Volante Coupe and Alfa Romeo 8C at 444 horsepower, 450 PS, and 354 pound-feet of torque. All that oomph travels to the wheels through a rear-mounted, 6-speed sequential automatic and pushes the Spider to 62 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds and to a top speed of 181 mph. The Disco Volante also employs a limited slip differential and a carbon ceramic braking system with ventilated discs, which pretty much makes it suitable for long weekends at the track. Should owners risk taking such a rare and expensive vehicle racing, that is, pricing information is only available on demand, but it's safe to assume that each Disco Volante Spyder will cost in excess of $500,000 before options. It's very likely that all 7 examples have been already sold to collectors.